Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
I'll do
Just
it
tell us-
English. You can see.
No, you just tell us the text so we know what to read.
Oh yeah, 11, 27, 20, 5,
Srimad
26.
Bhagavatam 11.
Yeah, Canto.
Oh, 11 canto.
Yes.
Srimad Bhagavatam 11 canto.
27.
Chapter
It's,
27.
yeah, deity worship.
Chapter 27.
Yeah.
Instruction for religious text.
25, 26. Yeah, 25, 26.
25 26.
Mm.
That's good.
Visual. Hare Krishna. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Yasoda Nandana Braja Janaranjana Yasoda Nandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Yasoda Nandana Braja Janaranjana Yasoda Nandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Nitai Gaura Chandra ki Jai, Shri Radha Madhava ki, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Jai Vishnu Pada Paramahamsa Parivar Jakacharya, Shri Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada ki, Jai Vishnu Pada Paramahamsa Parivar Jakacharya, Stotra Sate Shri Srimati Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Maharaj Prabhupada ki, Shri Guru Parampara ki Jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnavrinda ki Jai, Gantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Mama Purana ki Jai, Shri Nitai Gaura Chandra ki, Nitai Gaura Premanande. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Namo Vishnu Devashu. Sankarshan Dasanikanya Damaya Namo Prabhupada. Sunyavani Vishnu. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Outside. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Taigi vienas pranešimas online stebėtojam, kad kadangi auditorija šiandien neįtin lietuviškai kalbanti ir suprantanti, todėl šnekėsim angliškai, greičiausiai, nes nėra kam net išversti turbūt. Ar yra kam išversti svečiam į lietuvių kalbą? Tai atsiprašom, ką tai poreikių nepatenkins. Skaitysime, so we will read from 11 Canto 27 chapter, which is called Lord Krishna's Instructions on the Process of Deity Worship. And today is 25th and 26th verse. Okay. Haribol Nanda Prabhu. Haribol Nanda Prabhu. Yes. So much noise. Padyapaspar-sharhanadim Upacharan prakalpayet Dharmadibhischa navadbdi Kalpayit vasanam mama Padmam ashtadalam tatra Karnika kesarojvalam Ubabhyam veda tantrabhyam Mahyam tubaya siddhaye Padyapasparshar hanadin Upacharan prakalpayet Dharmadibhi sanavabhi Kalpayit vasanam mama Padmamashtadalam tatra Karnika kesarojvalam Ubabhyam veda tantrabhyam Mahyam tubaya siddhaye Padyapasparsharadhanadim
Padyopaspara Sarahanadim Upacharan Prakalpayet Dharmadhivischa Navadhi
Dharmadivesa Navabhi
Kalpait Vasanam Mama
Kalpait Vasanam Mama
Padmamasta Dalam Tatra
Padmamastadam
Karnika Kesaro Jalam
Karnika Kesarojvalam
Ubhayam Veda Tatrabhyam
Ubhayam Veda Tatrabhyam
Tubhya Siddhaye
Mayam Tubhaya Siddhaye.
You can read. If it is difficult, then just leave it. Read.
You can try. Padyopasparsharahanadim Upacharan Prakalpayet Dharmadibhisamavadhi Kalpayitva sanam mama Padmamastadalam tatra Karnika kesarjvalam Ubhabhyam veda tatravyam Mayam tubhaya siddhaye. Word by word, so I'll read. Okay. Padya,
Yeah.
water for worshipping the Lord's feet. Upasparsha, water for washing the Lord's mouth. Arhana, water presented as argya. Adin, and another paraphernalia. Upacharan, the offerings. Prakalpayet, one should make. Dharma adibhi, with the personifications of religion, knowledge, renunciation, and opulence. Cha, and Navabhi, with the 9 energies of the Lord. Kalpayitva, having imagined. Asanam, the seat. Mama, my. Padmam, a lotus. Ashtadalam, having 8 petals. Tatra, therein. Karnika, in the wall. Keshara, with saffron filaments. Ujwalam, effulgent. Ubhabhyam, by both means. Veda Tantrabhyam, of the Vedas and Tantras. Mahyam, to me. To, and. Ubhaya, of both. Enjoyment and liberation. Siddhaye, for the achievement. A translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada, followers. Srila Prabhupada ki. The worshipper should first imagine my seat as decorated with the personified deities of religion, knowledge, renunciation, and opulence, and with my 9 spiritual energies. He should think of the Lord's sitting place as an 8-petaled lotus effulgent on account of the saffron filaments with its wall. Then, following the regulations of both the Vedas and the Tantras, he should offer me water for washing the feet, water for washing the mouth, argya, and other items of worship. By this process, he achieves both material enjoyment and liberation. Okay. Purport. According to Srila Siddhara Swami, religion, knowledge, renunciation, and opulence are the legs of the Lord's sitting platform and occupy the 4 corners, beginning with the southeast. Irreligion, ignorance, attachment, and wretchedness are the intermediate legs, standing in the 4 directions, beginning with the east. The 9 Shaktis or potencies of the Lord are Vimala, Utkarshini, Jnana, Kriya, Yoga, Pravi, Satya, Ishana, and Anugraha. End of purport. Om Jnana Timendasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurumitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupakalam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utapalakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavam Sha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Ragunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitam Sha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namini Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharne Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Prasita Yasitani Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Verse once again. The worshipper should first imagine my seat as decorated with the personified deities of religion, knowledge, renunciation, and opulence, and with my 9 spiritual energies. He should think of the Lord sitting placed as an 8-petal lotus, effulgent on account of the saffron filaments within its wall. Okay. Then, following the regulations of both the Vedas and the Tantras, he should offer me water for washing the feet, water for washing the mouth, arghya, and other items of worship. By this process, he achieves both material enjoyment and liberation. Hare Krishna. Harbalananda Prabhu is suprantat angliškai. Gal galėt met mikrofoną tą antrą ištrauką, čia norės pasidalint truputėlį. So, okay, Hare Krishna. So we have a verse and a whole chapter about the worship of Lord Krishna in his deity form, which we know is...
You're going to speak in your language?
Yeah, there's no one to translate, sorry. You won't understand Lithuanian.
No, but you have to speak online for the people.
Yeah, some of them, they will understand English, most of them. So, maybe, don't worry. Yes. I'm speaking to you, your present is my priority, sorry. So, yeah. So we're speaking now on this, we're relating on this chapter, which is describing the deity worship, the form of the Lord in the form of a deity which might be made from various materials like metal. Ashtadhatu. From 8, okay. Oh, so maybe Vichara Prabhu can even say which are those materials, no? Like wood, metal, clay.
Yeah, clay.
And cow dung is my most favorite. Can be mine also, yeah. Mine
Yes.
Rupa.
No, there is 8 elements.
Yeah.
It's include. Even I have my Gaunitai in London. Stayed there one month in Mayapur. They use all 8, even the cow dung and everything. Urine, cow urine. Yes, yeah.
Oh.
And the metal also.
Yeah. So.
Then you install them.
In temple, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, this is the really. Let me see this. So the deity could be can manifest in various types of materials, and it's said that by the prescribed rituals and mantras and qualified brahmanas can empower those forms to Lord to be present into those forms. Yeah. So it's like a portal, like direct contact with the Lord in the presence of the deities. And so there's special qualified devotees who are really engaged into deity worship. They experience relationship with God, serving them in the various ways, like offering, like described, offering arghya and padya, and to wash the feet. It's just like a culture to honor anyone when you meet in India. First they invite a guest in a house, and it's like common in all traditions, all cultures around the world. If you invite guest comes into your house, you treat him as a god. So there's a tradition first to wash the feet, to feed him nicely and to ask questions how he is and hear from him some knowledge and so on. So especially it was treated nicely when the sadhu would come to a village or a home, so they gave all their welcoming for the great.
So which Krishna demonstrated in Dwarka city when
Narada Muni.
Narad Muni came, and also Sudama, his friend. So Narad Muni visiting everywhere, and Krishna and Rukmini and other queens, they are ready with all the pots, paraphernalia, and first they will offer him a seat to sit, and then they will ask him, what will you take, juice and water like we ask here, and then after that there will be ceremony start. Then they will put him in the asana. Krishna usually put on his asana, and then Sudama he put him on asana, and then he started worshipping. And even Rukmani was doing chamara. So he set the example for how we should receive the guest. Never mind, he's an enemy. It's written in Bhagavatam. Even an enemy comes, you have to treat like this. And who did that? Krishna did this. So he set the example for entire creation.
Nice. And it's also Prabhupada mentions in some purports that for Grihastha, even Grihastha has to feed even a snake if it comes to his home. He has to be so welcoming, So that's Vedic culture, Vedic.
But in Kali Yuga, when the guest comes, people leave house and go away.
They call police.
They call police and they leave house, they go away, or they close the door, boom.
Yeah, it's Kali Yuga is different. We're all afraid of passers-by. Although we in this world, we all just passengers of each other. We don't actually relate with each other much. There's a verse that it's like a straws pulled together by the waves, by the like a streams of ocean or river. They come together for a while, and another stream comes or a wind, and it separates. So we're all just passing by, and we're just passengers. My Hare Krishna, thank you. Maybe this for Vichar Prabhu.
No, in the flashlight. This for the speaker.
So,
Speaker have to
Like
receive because
Prabhupada.
you are representing Vyasdeva.
So yeah.
Small man is small man.
So yeah, it's a whole deep tradition of how to actually relate with the people who, which hold the bigger knowledge on life, right? Like the ones who know better and can give a nice advice on life, or bless us, or like to give us understanding of how to solve problems, whole life problems, and so on. We have to take those people as as mercy of Lord Himself. That Lord has sent us some help, some support, and we have to take advantage of that. How we have to respect it. So we do this. We respect the holy people, and also we try to serve the deities as well. That's where we get the training from the saintly people, right? So we worship Srila Prabhupada, and then we go to altar and we worship deity until we come out from neophyte level. We purify our senses, purify our intelligence, purify our vision, and we start seeing every living being is not a simple living being. It holds Supreme Personality in their heart. And when we have this vision, we actually are most qualified for helping this world, to doing something valuable. It's called Uttamadhikari, when he sees everything in relation with the Lord, with the Supreme. It says, Srila Prabhupada once been asked what's the topmost devotee, because everyone expected the answer Uttamadhikari, who sits somewhere and doesn't do much because he has a high vision on world. He sees that everyone is engaged in a service. Automatically, even karmis, they do service for Krishna. He sees it directly. But Srila Prabhupada said, yes, that's Uttamadhikari is the topmost, but even Higher than that is Uttamadhikari, who preaches, who is engaged in preaching.
So Uttamadhikari sees others as devotee, but himself not a devotee.
Yeah, he's very humble.
That's the
He's
last
most
conclusion.
fallen, yeah.
And he says, Vidya Vinay Sampanne, Brahman Gavi Hastini, Sunichaiva Swapakecha, Pandita Samadarsina. He's a great Pandit, great sadhu who sees the living entity in every living, the spiritual being in every souls. He don't see the body. There is a dog, there is a cat, there is an elephant, and a dog eater. He sees Krishna inside everyone's heart. That Paramhamsa, high level devotee.
Yes.
And Madhyamadhikari discriminates to preach. Who is envious, who is not envious, and he's Maitreya, he's friend to everyone. And Neophyte only sees body. He's American. He is Lithuanian. So like.
Madhyama sees body.
No, this is Neophyte.
Okay.
And Madhyam sees that how can I engage him in Krishna's service. But Paramahamsa says everyone is devotee. Last. That's a good position. But very difficult to achieve.
Yes. Not easy. Cannot imitate. Srila Prabhupada warns us that we shouldn't imitate Haridas Thakur as well. Just sit down in one place and only chant. Some devotees would approach him and said, Srila Prabhupada, I chanted 64 rounds today. Srila Prabhupada would answer, yes, that's very nice, but what have you done? Yeah. So Srila Prabhupada didn't want it in this movement that everyone would be sit-down devotees. He wanted the movement to be done, like we had to move.
Devotee was chanting more than 100 rounds in Mayapur. And then Prabhupada, devotee told me that Prabhupada is a manager, he's a very intelligent man, but he's chanting japa there. So Prabhupada says, that's good. He's teaching you how to, in Dham, how to focus on japa. He said, all my conclusion for all the preaching is to come and sit down and chant japa. He says, when he says chanting japa, and Prabhupada goes, that's very good. He's chanting japa. And in 2 minutes, in 1 minute, he's chastised. He says, who is that? Bring him here. And he says, what your chanting will do? You have to do service, purify yourself. So he engaged me. And then later the devotee left.
Krishna.
So you cannot imitate. You have to purify, work hard for Krishna first, clean. Like this. We like sometimes to sit down and chant, but is our heart clean to chant all the time?
Yes, Srila Prabhupada's vision was to produce devotees who are merciful, who are who are compassionate, exactly. Who are compassionate, and compassionate means preaching, means telling about Krishna. Even if you're not topmost qualified devotee, anyone can go in the street and tap on someone's back and say, "Do you know that God is Krishna?" And that immediately will bring, when a little child tries to work for father, is very pleasing, or he tries to imitate his father. He tries to act like his father, even though whimsically father is happy, because he loves me actually, he likes me, So when we also, being even neophytes, we try to serve Chaitanya's mission in some way, Prabhupada's teachings and so on. It's bringing some joy for the Srila Prabhupada, of course. So, even though we're not qualified, but we shouldn't try to immediately imitate the topmost devotees, and out of our comfort just to sit in one place. We should try to move a little bit and preach as we are on the capability that we are able to do it. Okay, so. Ultimately, the deity worship is meant to increase our attachment for holy name, because our mind is concentrated by deity worship completely on the form of the Lord. And the goal of chanting is to have this vision of Lord Krishna's form. It should come to us in a purified state. Krishna will reveal his form. And I think that's when you know what's your Ishtadeva, right? It's revealed at that time. But until then, it's for our ISKCON is Ishtadeva, or our main deity is Gauranga, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And by meditating on him, we will increase our chanting holy name very, very quickly and very nicely. chanting will be more pure, and chanting will be less uninterrupted if we do it together, the Pancharatrika and Bhagavat Vidya. Anyway, yeah. So Srila Prabhupada prescribed that it has to go together in order for us to become more fixed in chanting itself. Because in Kali Yuga, in this present age, I mean, in India it's more easy to focus just on chanting in Bharat, but in Western world we just do all the crazy things. We eat cows, we drink with crazy things, more crazy things, and we all quite crazy people. So chanting is not so easy for us, and we're very engaged in materialistic activity, which only a few people are trying to step aside of it. So in order to get some little taste for actually remembering about Krishna and chanting His name, His glory, His form and pastimes, we need to purify our intelligence, senses and body, and start living more cleaner life. You know, by doing regulative deity worship, we will make note on our association, on our daily routine, everything. So it's very helpful for our chanting, for our Sankirtan Yagya, because mainly the main process is actually to do congregational chanting, which is very compassionate for the falling souls of Kali Yuga. Right? Because when people hear holy name, you know, Srila Prabhupada used to say, well, it's okay if a devotee is chanting and worshipping, but if he's doing only for his own purification, it's not so glorious. But if a devotee is purifying himself and tries to help others, that's something different, Srila Prabhupada used to say. That's very required if we try to help others. So, yeah, so the process is try to awaken ourselves a compassion and understanding how important it is to awaken Krishna consciousness into others, because it's said that when the one tries to help others, our own liberation is guaranteed. When we try to help liberate others, our liberation is guaranteed, even though we're conditioned. So it's it is not real idea that we have to come to Uttamadhikari level and then we have to start preaching. We can do it all the way until Uttamadhikari. Actually, the preaching will help you get there. If we try to help others, Krishna help us. And by doing the book distribution, Sankirtan Yagya, and deity worship, and training someone in a deity worship, training someone in a temple worship, devotees will advance. Krishna will give inspiration, give all the bhakti, shakti and sukriti, and we will feel that Krishna is alive and is working in our life and is helping us to love Him more. Yes.
Prabhupada mentioned Paramahamsa doesn't preach. There is no stage. Preaching is only for Madhyamadhikari. They go out and preach, they preach. But Paramahamsa, he preach like this. He just by his presence, he make the devotee.
Yeah.
He don't have to go, shake his hand, and give class. And just by his presence, people start chanting Hare Krishna.
Yes.
That's Prabhupada. They saw him, they start chanting.
Yeah.
Paramahamsa. And the Madhyamadhikari, he preaches, and Neophyte preaches so much.
Yeah.
Neophyte is like more preacher than Madhyamadhikari even. Like this. And in Srimad Bhagavatam, this 11th canto, what you're reading now, this is a Uddhava Gita. 11th canto is a Uddhava Gita. So he described from all the way the destructions of Dwarka, these Yadubams. Since then, he met Uddhava and systematically described everything. You can see different chapters.
Details.
In different chapters, he describes how the this what is that Avanti Brahmana story, then in the deity worship, then how he says Uddhava you should renounce and give up everything, and I leave you here. After renunciation, you set the example for the human society and come back to Godhead. So this 11th canto is very good, but this one, deity worship, is a complete procedure how Krishna in a summary gave the you worship me with the paraphernalia from this world, and how you purify every paraphernalia. While you worshipping, you purifying your consciousness, your body and everything. And this is the process. You worship me in the form of Archa Vigraha in this world. So this is very detailed, and especially Ashtadhatu. If the Lord is made of Ashtadhatu, then good. So that's why deity installation is very detailed. And sometimes we have a deity but not installed. That's okay, that's good for preaching. But when he installs, then it requires high quality Brahmins. It requires so much endeavor and like purity, and everything has to be, people have to be Brahmin. So that's why in ISKCON now, many places we have a deity which is installed, no? But hardly we find pujaris living. There's thousands of people are initiated. They took second initiation. Why they took? So I got to do puja. But hardly, only the temple devotees are struggling. Which is not good. It's Prabhupada time was like really fixed. No, it's not happening. So things are not followed by human being. From a Brahmin we degrading to like passion. Into not so, it's so good.
And in Kali Yuga, it's the most heaviest, hardest thing is to cooperate. Probably, we have so
I don't need all the temples. He said he can preach, but what to do? Because just to purify these devotees, Prabhupada made temple as well. Good.
It's required. So deity worship is required to get into Brahminical standard.
You said it. The japa and deity worship is not different.
Yeah.
Deity worship and chanting. Chanting is Krishna, Nam Chintamani Krishna's Chaitan Rasa Vigraha, and deity worship is Vigraha. So it's not different. So deity worship helps us to purify our consciousness, and when you chant japa, you see his form. Remember his form.
Nice, thank you.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Prabhuji, you have some?
Good point.
Okay, Chakra Prabhu?
I can just mention that we first time I saw a DT installation like a few weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. I was actually part of the installation also. Marathon in Bergen.
Bergen, this temple.
Yeah.
Oh really? Oh wow.
Yeah, same name as here. But then they did all these things like putting the DTs in rice, bathing them in rice. And Abhishek, and also they invoke from the pujaris. What was it? From the heart, from the pujari. I don't know. The deity come like the Lord descends.
The deity descend in a Brahmin's body, in his heart, and then from there Pratishta appearance like alive. Then from there he enters the deity.
It's powerful.
Same as Krishna is a deity. He is a Lord. When Vasudeva and Devaki prayed for 12,000 years, eating the dry leaf from the trees and drinking the only air, and by doing those tapasya for 12,000 celestial years, not earthly years, celestial years, and then all of a sudden the Lord in the sky, he said, okay, I will come as your son. And then he came as a son in 3 births. Prishni Garbha, and then Drona and Dhara, and Vasudeva and Devaki. So he says, he says, why I come in the form of this Vishnu form? So do you remember both of you prayed for me as a son? So you prayed for me as a Vishnu. So I came just to show you, I heard your prayers. So I was pleased with your prayers, so I come in this form. Now on your request, I'll become little Krishna, like young Krishna, because she was afraid that Kamsa will. So then he became before Vishnu appeared in the jail, he entered into mind of Vasudeva. And from mind of Vasudeva, he went to the heart of Vasudeva. From heart of Vasudeva, it went to the mind of Devaki. From mind of Devaki, went to heart of Devaki. From Devaki's heart, it went into her seemingly womb. But it's not, he appears.
Yeah, immediately.
So this is, he's talking about that deity enters by the call of a Brahmin. There are 2 Brahmins like Vasudeva Devaki, purified. When they were purified, they become Brahmins naturally. So I just was giving the analogy how Krishna comes when the heart is purified. Even the 6 children who Devaki's children when died, previous life they were killed by Kamsa. And Kamsa was different person. Again they were killed by him. So when Kirtiman, their names were different names, and when they all came and died one by one, means how was purified by these personalities. Then who came? Balaram. Balaram appeared. He cleaned whole like just it's given in the scripture. Then when Balaram appeared, he cleaned the space, nice altar for Krishna. Then Krishna appeared. So it's a deity worship. Even Balaram was doing deity worship like Zen Mother's room. That's why we need purity there. Very good. Jai, nice.
We have 20 more minutes since it's regulated. So, yeah.
Okay, so discuss then more points.
Yeah.
If I read, I can discuss then.
Sitting on the platform, occupied according to the language, southeast, and Russian music. Yeah, so it's described that the Lord has 9 Shaktis, or the potencies, and in Bhama Samhita we find out that
You can go up?
Up?
Yeah, up there. Where? No, more down.
you mean the translation?
Down,
Mhm.
go down.
You see?
No, not translation.
Purport?
Right, stop it. According to Sridhar Swami, religion, knowledge, renunciation and opulence are the legs of the 4 seating platform and occupy the 4 corners. So we can discuss on this point. So many details to discuss.
Yeah.
Sridhar Swami, religion, knowledge, renunciation and opulence. So this is 3 of them, knowledge and renunciation, is another 2 parts of 2 opulence of Krishna.
Krishna, Aishwarasya, Samagrasya, Viryasya, Yasasya, Sriya, Gyan, Vairagyoschaiva, Sannam Bhaga iti gana. Krishna is supremely knowledgeable, supremely powerful, supremely wealthiest, supremely renowned, and supremely famous. And one more.
Most beautiful.
No. Powerful, wealthiest, famous, renowned, knowledgeable, and one more. Most powerful, most famous, most knowledgeable, most renowned, wealthiest. Did I use wealthiest? Wealth. Is very rich. So, here it is said, according to Sridhar Swami, our commentator in our line, Sridhar Swami came just after Lord Chaitanya. Religion, knowledge, renunciation and opulence. So religion is our nature. Let's start from religion. Religion, like for the religion for the sugar is what?
Sweetness.
Sweet. Religion for anything there is something. For the religion only for the living entities, us is to serve the Lord. Nothing else. There is no plus, no minus. Only serve the Lord. And in Srimad Bhagavatam Canto 2, we were discussing yesterday in another place, elsewhere. In Canto 2, Srimad Bhagavatam chapter 9, text 1, 2 and 3 describes that the Krishna wanted us to be always happy and serving Him eternally in our position as a servant. But because of that minute independence, we had a separate interest, little bit away, go away, enjoy. Like, we are with our father, we want to go and enjoy. So because of that, whole creation happened. So that means we rejected the religion to serve the Lord. Religion is to serve the Lord, but we rejected. And then we suffered. We still suffering in this material world. So we have to go back to our Father, connect with Him, connect our relationship with bhakti, devotional service. So that's a religion performance with the intensity. And the knowledge comes when we perform that. Krishna gives us knowledge. Here is the way how He revealed the knowledge. What is that sloka in Bhagavad Gita 4? Chaturi sloki?
Which
Aham sarvasya.
Prabhu.
Yes. And then tesam sajata yuktanam. And there is one verse. Tesam evanu kampartham aham agyan jamtama nashyami bhavasto Jnana Dipena Bhasmata. When we perform intense devotional service, Tesamivan, my devotees constantly engage in my service, devotional service, and I become, I light, I illuminate the light, the torch light inside their heart, and I reveal the knowledge to them. Because they do machita madgata prana bodhyanta parasparam. They always absorb in the conversation about me. So that comes under the knowledge. Krishna reads. And then when they have knowledge, they renounce.
Yeah.
Very nicely fit in this. And then when they renounce, then I give them opulence because they are not attached.
It's this Viragya Vidya Nija Bhakti Yoga.
Yes. So that religion, knowledge, renunciation and fits so nicely. First we do bhakti, religion. What comes? Knowledge, we gain knowledge. And how the knowledge comes? Guru. Yasya deve para bhakti yatha deve tatha guru tasaite kathithartha prakasat sante matmana. When a Prabhupada give us process, and we have with preliminary faith, with little faith, we start following, and we become very fixed in following everyday regulative principles and serving Krishna the way Prabhupada want, and the way Krishna gave the law book, our scriptures, instructions. So when we follow, then by following we develop a lot of faith in Guru, automatically comes, and faith in Krishna. So, yasya deve para bhakti yatha deve tatha guru tasaita kathita. The import of all the knowledge revealed in our heart. That it says knowledge. And when the knowledge comes, you absorb in renunciation. Renunciation means that you accept everything for Krishna's property, nothing is mine, and you remain an eternal servant. And you are so renounced that by renunciation your faith becomes so strong. And then when you renounce, somebody gives us $20 million money. Then you feel immediately you put that money and build a temple. This is a true story. Somebody gave one sannyasi, I will not mention the name, very great sannyasi traveling around, this famous sannyasi in ISKCON. Someone gave him 20 million.
20 million is...
And before the money, before he saw the money, he already invested in the temples. He project. That's renunciation. That's a high level renunciation. You and me, we get 20 million, what are you going to do? Or maybe open 5 temples, but other 10 million we're going to enjoy. So like this. It's not so renounced we are.
Yeah, also Srila Prabhupada, there's a famous saying that is more important than building a temple is making devotees.
Yes, that's what I was saying. That I don't need all this temple, I need Sankirtan, I need preaching, I need books.
Yeah.
And
so it seems like money is not buying Sankirtan devotees.
Yeah. And are the legs, and it is said, look, are the legs of Lord's sitting platform. Imagine, religion, knowledge, renunciation, opulence are the legs of the Lord's sitting platform where they set up to do puja and then occupy the 4 corners. Means when you start installing the deities, you have to first put the mantra, by mantra and prayers you have to put religion, knowledge, renunciation, opulence. And then beginning with the southeast, irreligion. You see what he said? Irreligion, ignorance, attachment and wretchedness are the intermediate legs.
What does it mean, intermediate? Like supporting?
Yeah, supporting. Because it's just like irreligion, means ignorance, everything ignorance. It's just like, because it is...
How to...
let me see. Irreligion, ignorance, attachment and wretchedness are the intermediate legs standing in the 4 directions. Beginning with the east, the 9 Shaktis or potencies of the Lord are Vamana, Akarshini, Jnana, Kriya, Yoga, Pravi, Satya, Isana, Anugrah. They are the protectors. 9 Shaktis means is potencies which protect the entire situation in the deity installation. Isthapana, Pran, Pratishtha. So now, let's understand why it says the beginning with the southeast, irreligion, that means it's inauspicious place. Irreligion, ignorance, attachment and wretchedness are the intermediate legs, means not so important. No important, like, how you say, back part.
Yeah.
Like, he said, Krishna says, Prabhupada says, Maya is in front. Krishna is in front,
shadow.
Maya is at the back. But still it's the opposite.
Yeah. Still Maya is a servant.
Prabhupada says, what is night? How do you know there
of sun.
Yes. No.
Absence
He
of
said that you know how, because there is day.
There's a day.
There is day.
Okay.
How do you know day? Because there is night come. Yes.
Yeah.
Any points on this? I think we finished this one. So nice.
I think so.
Systematically.
Yeah. And this is very good. You know, in our Pancharatrik Vidhi, which Krishna Chaitra Swami wrote.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
It's an academic book. Yeah?
Bhakti Pita Purna Maharaj whole life he teaches this. And that's why he teaching all the
Okay.
in India all these many people from Mayapur they learn all this yagya around the world. It's all these they using this. He used all the 11 canto, all the Pancharatrik Vidhi. And
I mean this latest book, yeah. This.
but no, yeah, many
Books, not only one. But Samskar book.
Yeah, that's good.
Samskar book, Pancharatrik Vidhi book, Pancharatrik Pradeep, the one every deity worship temple using this. So there is there, and this devotee who we met in Norway, he studied 12 years under Bhakti Vidya Purna Maharaj. So he knows practically every skolok like in a brain, by heart, nothing he needs to read, and he goes to every single small process. He goes through every single process. It took about 5 days. We were exhausted. We were like, we are flying everywhere in the sky. But he never stopped. At one point, he throw the deities under the rice. Like a dry rice. And processing the rice, then he threw a flower, then mantra after mantra.
Bathe them in the rice.
Process after process. Then bathing. There was Abhishek also. And then the deity will come, and then he appear, and the Pran Pratishtha, then it will go temple. Then there was 1 day whole festival. 3 hours chanting Hare Krishna.
I just recently heard very nice, one devotee came from Simhachalam temple.
Where?
In Simhachalam in Germany. They say they're very strict brahmanas, they're very strict worship. Yeah, they located in mountains in a village somewhere, and all they do is just deity worship. And they're worshipping Nrsimha there, which is also quite a deity. Of course, not Ugra Nrsimha, which is worshipped in Mayapur in India. There's many instances with this deity. We can see it in the pictures. Even it's quite changing sometimes. Originally, it goes with the red eyes, angry Ugra eyes with the teeth, and it's fearsome form. But after some years, we see it without the teeth, with the smile. Eyes are normal. So there's some deviations probably going, but there's a stories behind it, why it happens. Of course, we're not that pure to face some devotees, and us, we're not that pure to worship Ugra Nrsimha. Usually. So anyway, some arrangements were made to take away the eyes of Nrsimha, to change the fearsome
in Germany.
in Mayapur. Yeah, because I believe some devotee was like devotee who was a little bit like Anyway, I just want to recall when one devotee used to have dreams of Nrsimha coming, and he used to see those eyes, red eyes, burning, and he was very, very, very afraid of it. And they somehow arranged to change it, because he was like, a little bit in charge, I believe. So anyway, one young girl got blinded devotee. So and in a dream, the singer there came to her, and she was praying, of course, before, and it came and said, "You have to arrange for my eyes to become red again, fearsome red eyes." And he said, "I will restore your vision if you do that." So she and her mother would approach the pujari one day, and she said, "I had this dream, and can you try to do that?" And they did, and she regained her vision out of blindness, complete blind. Doctors couldn't help her.
It doesn't mean that the Nrsimha is changing his eyes.
Yeah.
When pujari is afraid, then he has to change the eyes.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's not the pujari.
It's not pujari.
Because you're for our sense gratification.
Yeah.
And the Lord he has some
It's
pastime.
not good. This.
And he's doing that eyes for other, maybe destroying the demons, not for you.
Yeah. Yeah, so deity worship is that strict. We're dealing with a form of God, and we have to do it in a God-fearful way. We shouldn't imitate ourselves, or Ganuga Bhaktyas or Vajavasis to, Yeah, but we always have to be aware that you're setting an example for others. You know, even Raganuga Bhakta, he performs sadhana bhakti why? To show example to others. So
Prabhupada is Paramhamsa. He came out on Madhyam platform to preach.
yeah, exactly. So, and for a highly elevated devotee, it's easy to perform sadhana. He doesn't need to put a lot of struggling.
No.
He's not struggling to do that.
You
You know.
mentioned that the devotees at the dance, Krishna performs sadhana for him.
Yeah.
Like when
Really?
he chants, Krishna jumps on his tongue and he make him chant.
Wow.
But new child, Madhyamadikari, we all have to work hard to chant. But Paramahamsa, the chanting is done by Krishna. That means mercy is already descended. He is only on the mercy platform. You know, like Kripa Siddha, Sadhana Siddha, and Nitya Siddha. So Paramahamsas are always under the mercy of Srimati Radharani. She gives their Shakti for advanced devotee. They do everything natural.
Yeah.
So when they chanted their 20, 30, 40 round, and then they're preaching, they're doing this, for them everything is effortless because they're on the Suddha platform, Suddha Sattvic platform. Nishtha. He said, unless we go to the Nishtha platform, it's a high struggle in bhakti. We're running around from Maya, this problem, that problem. So he said, your Guru Maharaj also said, Nishtha is aware this lust, greed, anger, envy, illusion, pride, now consciousness totally go away. And then Ruchi comes, and they are Sakti, and like this, and it goes up to Bhava. What can happen? It's just like that's a really hard work. But we have to keep doing that then.
It's a very nice verse, you know, this Tivrena Bhakti Yogana, and this. It says, even any position you are, even if you're full of lusty desires, materialistic desires, just Tivrena Bhakti Yogana, with full determination, full enthusiasm, do it. Keep with full efforts, do it. And then that effort, intense effort, will purify you. If you don't stop and go.
I found that what makes us we don't be intense is just the enjoying mentality. And because we are saving so much Krishna, but sometimes I want some break, sometimes I want something that Krishna give, or something in return. So if you have that mentality, then the service becomes very hard, like a procrastination. It becomes so difficult. You know, you are saving so nicely, Tivrena Bhakti you're doing, but still you're looking for some fruitive. And Bhagavad Gita says, do not ask anything fruitive, just keep saving Krishna. That's called Mamchayo Avyavichari Bhakti Yogana. Avyavichari Bhakti. Avyavichari Bhakti, which is non-stop. Vichari is like sometime do, sometime no. But Avyavichari means Avichari Bhakti Yogana Sevate Sa Gunan Samaitan. Then you come to the, beyond the mode. And then when you go to the beyond the mode, then you remember that slok, Brahma Bhuta Prasanatma. Then you come to that stage. Then what happened? Now sochati na kangsati. Then this lust, greed, anger, illusion, bewilderment, we don't think of that because no time. Then high level, your Guru Maharaj. That's only like your Guru Maharaj on that level. The gurus. You see they're intense, and they have no time for anything else. And when they are on that platform, they attract us, conditioned soul. They attract us, and we take their shelter. Such a word describe devotional service. So we just follow. Just what they say, we just do. But that's it. No, we don't have to wait that today I got kachori or yesterday I got kofta or no. Just eat whatever is there. Keep going. I do complain a lot, but I have to be engaged also.
Yeah, of course, Srila Prabhupada, mentioned that the first place is health.
And you say
if you don't have health, you know sadhana. You cannot do
you
sadhana.
says good point to advance is Sankirtan.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's spreading.
I just recently, who is his name? Kripa Krishna Prabhu.
Krishna Kripa.
Krishna Kripa from New York. Yeah, he just
he's everywhere.
He just quoted a very nice quote by Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He says that. Actually, it's stuck in my heart, but I cannot remove it. It says that Sankirtan, Harinam Sankirtan sadhana is the emperor of all sadhanas. And if other sadhana stops you from doing Sankirtan sadhana, they are not worth called sadhana at all. It's not sadhana. And it says it's the only means, Sankirtan sadhana is the only means to acquire siddhasvara, to know your real identity.
Lord Chaitanya already said it.
Always, he stressed this all the time.
Yeah, Lord Chaitanya already said in Chaitanya, Rag Marg Bhakti Koile Parchar.
Yeah.
That and how Rag Marg Bhakti Koile Parchar, Indra Prabhu said, but how? By pure jap, by chanting.
Yeah.
He chanted and he liberated. Indra chanted and liberated and gone.
Yeah.
So he set the example, Rag Marg Bhakti Koile Parchar.
Yeah, of course, Indra Prabhu was engaged intensely in deity worship as well. He was very intense, very
everything
intense.
he
He did everything.
Yeah, all
he had thousands of
all those
shilas,
nine process,
Yeah, yeah.
Sravanam Kirtan, did everything.
So,
Puja and
so yeah, Srila Prabhupada gave an example of Ambarish Maharaja, and he was inspiring us to follow that example of doing everything is available, for a devotee. For a devotee, that's actually Gopi Bhav. When any service comes, any chance comes, he just does it. Service came, that's Krishna wants from me. He wants this service from me, so I will do it. If Krishna would say to gopis, go and fight Kurukshetra, they would do it. But Krishna didn't ask, So
love platform.
yeah,
Prema
love platform. Of course, different
means,
category.
Yeah, means that there is no question. No, even they are not to be told.
Yeah.
Like some disciple, you don't have to just tell.
Yeah,
they
would do it. They feel what to do.
Yeah, they feel. This is my Lord. This is my object of life. I cannot not do it without that. Like this. So Prabhupada, that's why the mother the gopis on a high level. Because we have more Purusha nature, enjoying nature, right?
Yeah.
So that's why you see Prabhupada says in our Hare Krishna, in our religion society, always there is women first. Maybe more women. Because they don't have so much complication in going to Krishna. They are simple hearted. They just want to just say, okay, you tell me mala, making mala, okay Prabhu, I can make. And if we have to make mala, I have to it's a Purusha nature, more enjoying nature.
Yeah. So it's
Okay,
like
stop here.
Yeah, we stop. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Vaishnava Sangha ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Vanchakalpatarupasha ki pasundabhyatam pavani. Great sadhus, Vichara Prabhu and Ramai Prabhu ki jai.
I just came here, I just came here to analyze you. You can be a very good, sincere speaker in future. You study a lot and keep your steadiness like this, and you can train a lot of people, a lot of us. You can train how to really be steady, advanced, and I think Guru Maharaj mercy on you. I can already see psychology. That's what I did. You study a lot, and then because you're practicing something, once you practice, I can see when you speak, it influences because you are into the category of practicing. You are simple and practicing. That's what helps. Continue doing it.
No, inspiration comes from Guru.
I've inspired this many Bhagavatam. Ramai? Yeah, it's the one. You got it.
Look what I have here. You want to come, right? Just because you came, you get to know.